Hi there, everybody. You ready to do some foam rolling? Okay, we need it. That's the thing. This is the stuff we don't really like to do, but it's really some of the most important things that we need to be doing for our bodies. Okay, so foam rolling is like giving yourself a massage, and it's actually called self-myofascial release because you're releasing that fascia, that connective tissue. So we are gonna start easy with our thighs, the quadriceps, and then we're going to get a little bit more intense. All right, so to start off, we're gonna bring that roller just right to our knees and then come down to our elbows. And we're gonna start with the roller right below our hips. And then you're gonna pull yourself forward and then pull yourself back. So we're going up and down our thighs. Have your feet just about hip distance apart, and you're going for the top of your thighs. Now, if you are not very tight in those muscles and you don't have a lot of knots, this is gonna feel just fine. Feel like you could do this all day, not a problem. So I like to start with doing both legs same time. My weight's pretty evenly distributed. One more time here. And then now we're gonna start making this a little more interesting. So we're gonna roll to, I call it the corner of your thigh. Ooh, yep, that just got interesting. Top leg's gonna go forward a little bit. And I want you to find your hot spot. So that spot where you have a lot of sensation, and there's a little knot there, and we're going up and down that knot about 10 times. The muscle we're on is called the vastus lateralis. And so when our quadriceps are tight, it pulls on our hips and it pulls on our knees. And so tight quadriceps can actually cause knee pain. Doing foam rolling helps get that to release. Okay, that was 10. Now, I could feel it starting to back off. The sensation wasn't as intense. That's a good thing. Now I'm gonna go to the side of my thigh, to the top of the IT band, iliotibial band, and I'm right below that big bone, okay? Top leg is in front, and again, I'm gonna find just that knot. I'm not gonna go all the way up and down, just go right into that knot. And we're going back and forth about 10 times. Hopefully you can support yourself on your elbow. If this is a bit much, you actually can do it against the wall. One more time right here. Okay, so we started with our quadricep, went to the vastus lateralis, then into the IT band, and then next we're gonna go into the glute. Roll out, oh, that hip. So I'm rolling my right side, so my right ankle is above my left knee and my right hand is on the ground. And I'm at a bit of an angle. And I'm gonna start off by rocking side to side. And I'm on the meaty portion of my hip. Some of us have more meat than others. I have plenty. But I do have a little hot spot, and I'm staying right on that spot. So I'm going side to side first, and then now I'm gonna go up and down. And my spot is a little different, so I gotta go a little higher up to get that sensation. If you notice that you're in a certain position and you're not getting a lot of sensation, don't worry about it. That just means you don't have a knot there. That's a good thing. All right, 2 more times. Then we're gonna go into the TFL, tensor fascia lata. Okay, so we're gonna extend that leg, and I'm gonna roll above that big bone, but below my hip bone. That's your TFL. My top leg is behind my bottom leg. Hand on my hip, just to give me a little reference. And now I'm rocking my hips side to side. And for me, I just found one of my spots. I have a lot of stuff going on in my hips. When I am consistent with my foam rolling, meaning I do it about 3 times a week, a lot of that pain goes away and it stays away. But I am like most people. Okay, hold right in the middle. Now we're gonna go up and down. Once the pain goes away, I stop doing it. And then the pain comes back and I start up again. So I'm in this lovely little cycle of doing my foam rolling sometimes. My big piece of advice is figuring out a little schedule where you do it 2 to 3 times a week and you will notice a big difference. Relieve lower back pain, relieve knee pain, relieve shoulder pain. It actually works really great. Whew, okay, oh, that was great. Okay, now we gotta do the other side. Okay, so I did my quads, but now I'm gonna go back to that vastus lateralis on my other leg. So I'm gonna try and get to that corner. My top leg is in front. And on this leg, my knot is in a little bit different spot. So I'm gonna, ooh, there it is. Roll around a bit till I find the spot where I have a lot of sensation. That's just a nice way of saying it hurts. Say sensation. You can feel a little bit of a kickback. Try and breathe through it. Nice deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. Okay, now we're gonna go for that IT band. I'm gonna roll to the side, get right below that bone, and there's my spot, right there. So for me, when I'm consistent with my foam rolling, I have a much easier time running. Now, if you have some chronic hot spots when you're walking or running or cycling, we really encourage people to roll before you go work out. Now, the reason why, I'm gonna do that 2 more times. Okay, whew. The reason why, now we're gonna come up into that glute, and I'm working my left glute, so I'm gonna cross my left ankle above my right knee, and I'm gonna rock side to side. The connective tissue, when it's really tight and you've got a knot, it's pulling on the joint. So before we go out and walk or run or cycle or do some cardio, we want to try and get that knot worked out a little bit because it won't be pulling on the joint as much. And the joint will be a little bit more towards neutral, which is the healthiest, most ergonomic position to be in. Now we're going to roll up and down. And see, on this side, I don't have much sensation. Doesn't hurt much. But that's also because my left glute doesn't work like at all. I'm working on that. Yeah. Okay, a couple more times. All right, now into that TFL. So I'm gonna roll right above that big thigh bone, my greater trochanter, and below my hip bone, hands on my hip, and my top foot is behind the bottom leg. And I'm rocking my hips side to side. Okay. Woo. Now I'm going to go up and down. And see, this side doesn't even make me sweat. Heart rate doesn't go up. I'm like, ah, it's fine. Now, when we get down into the next muscle group, there will be some cursing. There will be a little bit of swearing. I'll try and keep it clean. All right. Ooh, okay. So I got them hips. I got the outside at least. We're going to get the inner thigh in a sec. But first, let's work those calves a bit. Now, the deal with the calves, ideally we want to be able to lift our hips up off the ground. So that's going to put a little more weight in the calves. If you don't have the strength in your shoulders and your wrists, that's okay. You can sit there and roll back and forth, and it actually works really well if you're lying down. You can even do this in bed. Now, I am going to do the fancy version, lift my hips up, and I'm starting off similarly to how I started with my quadriceps. So I'm rolling both legs at the same time, kind of warming that calf muscle up. And I'm trying to stay more up at the calves, not too much down at my Achilles. Yeah, we kind of stay away from rolling tendons. Let's get a couple more times, 2 more. And then I'm gonna hold in place and just take my legs and roll them side to side. So our muscles and our connective tissue go in a bunch of different directions. So that's why we roll in different directions, to go with the different ways the muscle fibers are going up and down and side to side, and sometimes in a spiral, and sometimes in a cross pattern. Okay, I'm gonna lower my hips down, give my arms a little rest. Now, that was super fun. Let's really get to work here. So we're gonna cross that ankle above our knee. Whew, lift up, and I'm gonna go just towards the lateral portion, the outside portion of my calf. I have a big old fat knot right there, and I'm gonna go up and down in that knot. Whew. And then if I can, I'm gonna hit that spot and hold for about a count of 10. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whew. Put my hips down, shake out my hands again, and cross over to the other side. All right, lifting the hips up to get a little bit more sensation. And here's the other knot on the other leg. And I guess that's a good thing on my lower legs, at least it feels somewhat the same. Whew. Okay, I'm gonna find that spot, I'm gonna hold on that spot. And we hold till we feel it kind of release. A lot of times in the fitness industry, we'll say you can feel it back off about 70%. It's hard to know what 70% is, so hopefully just feel it kind of chill out a bit. Ooh, okay, chilled out a little bit. All right, so next off, those inner thighs. Okay, I'm gonna take the roller and bring it vertical to my body and take my leg, bring it up so I'm in kind of that open position. And I'm starting with the roller pretty high up my groin, and my supporting leg, to get a little more weight, I'm gonna lift that knee. And this is a pretty small spot. I'm just going back and forth about an inch or 2. And this might be a spot that you don't feel much of anything, totally fine. I'm gonna do that 2 more times. I'm gonna take it to the other side. And for me, this side is my side that is tighter. And it actually is pulling on the alignment in my leg. So this is something that's real important for me to do on a very regular basis, 2 to 3 times a week. Do I do it? I'm doing it today. I'm really good at doing this when I'm showing other people. One more. Woo. Okay. Very good. All right. So that was a quick, believe it or not, foam rolling series for the big muscles of our thighs, our hips, and our lower legs, our calves. Really good to do if you are a walker, a runner, or a cyclist. And then on the next one, I'm gonna show you how to work on those mid-back muscles. All right, see you a bit later. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Easy Fit in 10 for 10 to 15 minute fit breaks you can do anywhere at time during the day to keep you moving, healthy, strong, get fit, at work, at home, anytime, anywhere. All right, I'll see you next time. Bye.